Welcome back to Daybreak. The high water in Lake Michigan, we know, has caused plenty of problems for people who live near the beach and for cities along the lake shore.
Yeah, the water in Grand Haven is so high, it's now uncovered wells that were built nearly a century ago that once provided water for the city. News 8's Justin Kolar talked with the water facilities manager, who says we could see even more history revealed if the water keeps rising.
You're seeing a lot of erosion and exposure of some old wells that were put in the 1930s.
Relics resurfaced at the beach.
They're basically a buried structure. They thought that they had them down low enough, but as time goes on and we get these high water levels, things start to become exposed.
Some of these concrete structures, like the base to this pump house that I'm standing on, have been covered by sand for nearly 100 years, only exposed now by the record high water out in Lake Michigan.
Our history shows that there's other things below the grade on the beach.
These wells, 2 of 8, originally built back in 1932, cost just under $20,000, a far cry from the expense it would take today.
When we put intakes in, we're talking millions and millions of dollars.
As the price has risen, so too has demand for clean water. Wells today in Grand Haven draw close to 24 million gallons daily. Back then, maybe 1 million.
And that's a lot for back in that time.
Other than that, Vanderstel explains things remain closely similar.
They're not really that much outdated. I mean, they still use the same technology. Obviously, it's a little more high-tech with all the pumping, and that technology still is being used today. It's a great technique. We just don't use those wells now. We use a buried infiltration bed.
Something that looks more like this. These wells, buried 700 feet further offshore, 15 feet deeper too.
It's very difficult to build. This is a very deep building.
Wells that one day might be visible, some 100 years from now.
I mean, everything always pops up when you have a lot of erosion.
In Grand Haven, Justin Kolar, News 8.